Namaste. Welcome. This is going to be a short Pitta Pacifying practice, probably about 30 minutes long, just something to alleviate excess heat in the body when you still want to move and you don't want to get too overheated. Some of the recommendations for Pitta Pacifying are hip opening, heart opening, forward bending, and just some cooling restoratives to close. So that's what we'll be doing today. Rub your palms together and take your hands to your heart. Press your thumbs into your sternum, roll your shoulders back. You can close your eyes if that's comfortable for you, or keep them open with a soft gaze. We'll start with 3 ohms. Breathing in. And take a full breath in. Open your mouth and breathe it out. And then you can release your mudra. And we're going to start off actually on our knees with some breath of joy. So if you need to pad up your knees to do that, you can set up a blanket or a towel, whatever you have, or double up your mat. And then place the edges of your knees on the tops of the blanket and reach up, swing up, stand on the knees, look up, stretch the arms high, push down through the shins, and let your chest lift. Catch your elbows above your head, pull them into your belly, and fold right over them. And then stay with that for a few rounds. Inhale, lift, and exhale, fold. And none of this needs to be very sharp or fast. Inhale, lift, and exhale, fold. And you'll change the crossing of your arms. Couple more. Inhale, lift, and exhale, fold. And inhale, reach, and exhale, bow. Think big and expansive. Inhale, lift, and exhale, fold. Inhale, lift, exhale, fold. We'll do 2 more. Inhale, lift, exhale, fold. Last one. Inhale, rise, and exhale, back down. And then once you've come down, reach your arms back behind you, fold the crown of the head down, and come into your child's pose. And just be there. And see if you can send some breath into the back of the waist, giving some space and room to the kidneys, clearing out any excess heat, sending lots of prana there, right? Where awareness goes, prana follows. And then draw yourself forward onto your hands and your knees. Tuck the toes under, lift the hips up, and you'll press back into downward facing dog. And then pedaling around in your feet, you can swing the hips a little bit from side to side, whatever feels right. And then settling into your down dog, take a couple of breaths. And yes, this is a gentle inversion. It's also a gentle forward bend. You can take the feet a little bit wider if the lower back of the hamstrings feel like they need a little space. And then reach your right leg up. Bring your knee in towards your nose and step through. Come into a lunge and let your back knee drop. Point your back toes. And climb your hands up on top of your right thigh, and then back yourself up a little bit and organize the pelvis, meaning pull the right hip back, left hip forward, outer hip scissor in. And then you can hook your thumbs and lift up into a very gentle early Anjaneya asana. Think more of a lift through the front body, less of a big back bend. Take a big backstroke of your arms, and either you'll interlace the fingers or wing the arms back behind you, and then wrap the shoulder blades together and tip the chest up. And then bring your hands down on either side of your right foot. Tuck your back toes under, straighten out your back leg, hop your back foot in a little bit, and straighten out both legs and let your head fall. And if you need to keep a little bend in the front knee, you'll do that. Take a couple breaths there. And then bend your right knee and step back into a plank pose. Drop your knees, child's pose. This time arms are out long in front of you, bowing the head. Come back onto hands and knees. On the inhale, arch your spine, look up. And on the exhale, let the spine round, drop the chin to the chest. Again, inhale, arch the spine and look up. And exhale, round the spine, lift the navel. One more time, inhale, arch the spine and look up. This time, knees, chest, and chin, Ashtanga Namaskar. Right, send your heart down towards the earth, towards the ground. Connect, sliding through Cobra. Roll the shoulders back and lift the chest up. And move through bent knees into downward facing dog. And then breathe there. You know, one of the qualities of Pitta is fast. So in order to find some balance, we want to move a little bit more slowly. Lift your left leg up. Bring your knee in towards your nose and step through, come into a lunge, let your back knee drop, point your back toes, climb your hands up on top of your left thigh this time. Back yourself up a little bit. Do any adjusting that you need to do with the hips to keep the sacrum a little bit more even. And then reach your arms up. And again, doesn't need to be big here. Right? Stretch up through the inner arms. Give the heart some space. And then backstroke your arms and change the interlacing of your fingers behind your back. And then you can wrap the shoulder blades back, take the heads of the arm bones a little further back within the sockets, and take a little gaze up. And breathe. And then bringing your hands down on either side of your left foot, tuck your back toes under, straighten out your back leg, hop your back foot in a little bit, and straighten out both legs. Keep some work in the legs here, so you're not dropping too heavy into the hamstring muscles quite so early. Activate and engage, lift the kneecaps. And then bend your left knee and step back, plank pose. Drop your knees, child's pose. Come back onto hands and knees. On the inhale, arch your spine, look up. And on the exhale, let the spine round, drop the chin to the chest. Twice more. Inhale, arch. And exhale, round. And last time, inhaling and arching. And on the exhale, drop knees, chest, chin, Ashtanga Namaskar. Sliding through to Cobra. And press back, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And then you'll start to walk the feet forward one step at a time. Come all the way to the front of your mat. Once you're there, you can separate the feet about 2 fist distance apart, soften the knees, catch the elbows, and sway. Change the crossing of your arms, do it again. And then release your arms down, bend your knees, tuck your chin, and push into the feet to begin to roll up. The top, reach your arms all the way up and catch your elbows above your head, just like we did in that breath of joy. Pull them into your belly, soften your knees, and just bow your head, folding slightly forward. Standing breath of joy. On the inhale, reach the arms up. And on the exhale, change the crossing of the arms, pull them into the belly and fold over them. Last time, inhale, reach the arms up. And this time, high prayer right through you, folding forward, bowing down over your legs. Step your right foot back into a lunge. Down dog with your breath out. Slide out to plank pose. Press back child's pose. Come on to hands and knees, arch the spine, look up. Knees, chest, chin, Ashtanga Namaskar. Slide through cobra. This could be a little higher if you're ready for it. And downward facing dog with your breath out. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, step it through, come into a lunge, let your back knee drop right away, reach your arms up. Exhale the hands down and step the left foot forward to meet the right, bowing into your legs. Rise back up on the breath in. Catch your elbows above your head, pull them into your belly and fold over them. Again, inhale, reach up. And exhale, change the crossing, pull them into your belly, folding. Last time, inhale, reach up. High prayer right into you and bow through the middle. Send your left leg back. Downward facing dog. Plank pose with your breath in. Child's pose with your breath out. Back onto hands and knees, arch your spine, look up. Drop knees, chest, chin. Slide through cobra. You can press into the hands and lift the chest, even take the gaze up. Downward facing dog. Stretch your left leg up. Step it between the hands, let the back knee drop. Reach your arms up. Look up. Plant the palms down. Step the right foot forward to meet the left and fold into your legs. All the way back up with your breath in. Catch your elbows, pull them into your belly, soft knees, and fold forward. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. High prayer into you, folding down. Step your right leg back. Just one more round like this. Downward facing dog. You know where it's going. Inhale to plank. Exhale to child's pose. Inhale, hands and knees, look up. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Coming through to cobra. Press the tops of the feet down. Downward facing dog. Reach the right leg up. Step it in between your hands. Let the back knee drop. Bring the arms up. Bring your hands down and step forward. Folding into your legs. Back up on the breath in. Catch your elbows, pull them to your belly, fold. Twice more, inhale. And exhale. Generous breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, coming right back down. Left leg steps back. Right into down dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale to child's pose. Inhale, arch the spine, look up. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Coming through, cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Reach your left leg up. Step it between your hands, let the back knee drop, reach your arms up. Bring the hands down and step the right foot forward to meet the left and fold in. Rise all the way back up. And this time, take your hands right back to your heart. And take a couple of breaths there. And then you're going to touch your fingertips towards each other with the elbows out real wide. Lift the chest. Adjust your posture so that the tailbone is dropping, crown of the head is lifting, and you'll take a big wide step out towards the right side of your mat. And then check in what's happening with the feet. You want to try to get the ankles underneath the wrists. So that might be a little wider than you think. Turn the right toes out, turn the left toes in, and come into warrior two, facing what used to be the back of your mat. And once you're there, spacious in the pelvis, so keep moving the inner right thigh forward, inner left thigh back, tailbone descending, crown of the head lifting. Turn your right palm up, lean back to peaceful warrior. Extended side angle with your breath out. Pitta Pacifying, this can be forearm to thigh. And then reach your left arm overhead. And turn the underside of the chest up. And come back into warrior two. Straighten out your right leg. You can shorten your stance a little bit for triangle pose. Taking the right hand down to the right shin, stretch the left arm up and lean back, open across the chest. Take your left arm behind your back. Reach your right arm forward and come all the way up to stand. Gomukhasana in your arms. Turn the right toes in to meet the left. And then turn both toes out and bend your knees. Coming into a goddess squat. So this is both hip opening and heart opening. Press the back of your head into your right forearm. Stay lifted through the chest. Breathe in and breathe out. Straighten out your legs and turn your toes parallel. Drop your left arm down your left thigh and reach your right arm over, coming into a side bend. And this opens up the whole gallbladder line that runs down the outside of the body. Stretch and open, give some space to the right lung. Wide straddle, forward bend. Soften the knees, swing the right arm in front of the face. Let your head drop. Walk yourself over towards the back of your mat and come into a lunge. Let your back knee drop, point your back toes. Reach your arms up on the breath in. Circle the arms behind the back with the breath out. Interlace the fingers, lift up through the head and the chest, lean back and stretch the fist of the hands down the left thigh. Bring your hands down on either side of your right foot, tuck your back toes under, straighten out your back leg and then hop your back foot in a little bit and straighten both legs. Let your head fall, your back in your Parsvottanasana. Soften the knees and step your left foot to meet your right so you're facing what used to be the back of your mat and bow forward. Rising all the way back up on the breath in. Catch your elbows above your head, pull them into your belly, fold right over them. Just one time. And then inhale, reach the arms up, high prayer, and take your hands to your heart. Press the fingertips together, elbows stay lifted. Spacious through the feet, spread the toes, deep breath in. On the breath out, big wide step to what is now the left side of your mat. Glance down at your feet, check in that they're even. And then left toes turn out, right toes turn in slightly, bend your left knee, warrior two. Give yourself a lot of space there. So if we're looking for a release in the hips, it's a little bit easier to get the dropping of the sits bones when we take a longer stance. Turn the left palm up, lean back, peaceful warrior. Reaching into the sideways. Extended side angle with your breath out. Right arm stretches overhead. Turn the underside of the chest up. And listen for your breathing. Big and expansive. Sometimes when that fire gets congested, it builds. Here we're giving it a little bit of space to take it down to a simmer. Come on up, warrior two. Lengthen out your left leg, triangle pose. And you can turn this into a little bit more of a heart opener by tipping the chin away from the chest, a slight lean back above the waist. Take your right arm behind your back. Stretch your left arm forward, come all the way up. Turn the left toes in to meet the right. Gomukhasana in your arms again, so that fingertips are short. And then side bend over towards the right. And press down into the left foot. Oh no, I lied. Come back up. Sorry about that. Turn your toes out and bend your knees. Press the thighs apart. You know what? I'm like tempted to re-record this, and yet, like, that's the Pitta in me. Like, it has to be perfect. Maybe you can relate to that. So I'm going to leave the mistake in just because, like, that's how we transform. When we see the stuff that comes up for us and we decide to make a different choice. Breathe in, breathe out. And then go ahead, straighten out the legs, turn the toes parallel, right arm down, reach the left arm over and side bend towards the right. And then soft knees, swing the arm in front of you, wide straddle, forward bend, drop the head. Walk yourself over towards your left foot and come into a lunge. Let your back knee drop, point your back toes. Right away, arms come up, Anjaneya Asana. Circle them back behind you, change the interlacing of the fingers. Lift up and lean back. And then bringing the hands down, tuck the back toes under, straighten out the back leg, hop your back foot in a little bit, and straighten out both legs. And then same thing here, breath into the back waist, strong through the legs to support the release of the chest. Soften the knees and step your right foot to meet your left, folding forward into your legs. Come on up, reach the arms above the head and catch your elbows, pull them into your belly and fold right over them. And then rise back up, high prayer, looking up, and take your hands right to your heart. Breathe. And then just once, Utkatasana. And think of this more as an arrow straight out from the chest. And fold forward over your legs. Come on up onto your fingertips and look forward. Soft hop or step, bent knee down dog, please. Roll out to plank, child's pose. Hands and knees, arch the spine and look up. Knees, chest, and chin, Ashtanga Namaskar. And then if you want it, bend your knees, interlace your fingers behind your back. Take your hands back down, sliding through. Cobra as high or as low as you want. Take a full breath in there. Open your mouth, stick out your tongue. Lion breath. And downward facing dog. And then reach the right leg up. Bend the knee, open up your hip. Stretch your right leg back up. And take your right shin through for a pigeon pose. And set yourself up as you need. Can be helpful to put a blanket or a block underneath your right sit bone. And then walking your hands back, lift your chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lead with an open heart, and come forward, folding down over your legs. And you can come onto forearms or put head on a block if you've got that. And just be there. Staying for one more breath. Walk your hands back up. Down dog split, right leg up. Bend the knee, open up your hip. If you want the rock star, you can flip yourself inside out and press up. Letting the head fall back. And come back around, downward facing dog. Stretch the left leg up. Bend the knee, open up your hip. Stretch the left leg back up and bring your left shin through for a pigeon pose. And again, set yourself up with your props as you need. Walk the hands back, lift the chest. And on the exhale, coming down. And breathe into what's there. If the hips are feeling a little locked up today, you can sigh or maybe give a little emphasis on the exhalation. Letting the hips release gently, right, without too much force or strain. Just think more of bringing awareness into the areas that feel like they might be holding on, and do your best to let them go. And then walk yourself back up. And this time, keep the left leg where it is and bring your right leg around, soles of the feet together, knees open. Longer shape than Baddha Konasana though. This will be Tara Asana. And fold forward. And again, you can do a block under your head here if you like that. Rolling your way back up. And I do need to even you out with this one. And I did make a mistake. Take yourself back into pigeon, down dog split, left leg up. My apologies. You know, if it's gonna make you unsymmetrical, then I gotta fix it. Okay, drop over. Rock star. And come all the way back around. Down dog. Child's pose. Because why not? Take your hands back behind you, let your head drop. And then take your hands under your shoulders, roll yourself up. And you've got some options here. Some of you might come into meditation for your final couple of minutes. Some of you might lie down in Supta Baddha Konasana or Shavasana. My suggestion would be, if you are taking the Supta Baddha Konasana, that you make sure to use a prop to support the ligaments of the hips. So you can take your blanket or your towel, in my case, and place it around the front of the ankles to catch the ankles, reach through the legs, pull the sides of your blanket or towel in close to you, and then come on down. And just take a couple of breaths there. And if you're staying upright in meditation, you can do that. And if you've decided to keep the legs long in your Shavasana, just let the whole entire body go heavy and soft. And wherever you are, let yourself be breathed. You don't need to control it right now. Last few breathings. And then if the legs are extended, you can wiggle the fingers and toes and walk them in. If you're in Supta Baddha, you can use the hands to close the thighs in towards each other and plant the feet down. Maybe take a sigh. Swing the knees a little bit from side to side. Roll over onto your right side, and you'll use the arms to come on up to sit. And then finding your seat one more time. Rub your palms together. Take your hands into Pushpa Putta Mudra, handful of flowers. Make an offering of your practice, an offering of your efforts. And it could even be a vow in this moment that for the rest of your day, whether you're doing this practice in the morning or the afternoon or the evening, for the rest of your day, remember a feeling of spaciousness and breath. So that when things get a little overheated or seem to speed up or gain in intensity, we can come back to a place of peace. Take your hands to your heart. We'll end with Om Shanti 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 Om for peace. Breathing in. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you so much for sharing your practice. Namaste.